Hi, my name is Dee, and today I would like to share a Rapture Dream. This will be my first video that I ever made sharing a dream. I've had a lot of dreams over the years. I'm in my 30s now, but I've been having dreams I believe are and were prophetic since I was a preteen. But the dreams I believe have become more intense in 2022 and more frequent. So to start, I had this dream today. I woke up around 4 o'clock this morning. The dream started where I was working from home. I was interacting with a client over the phone. I work in a nonprofit as a caseworker. And so dealing with this client, she had asked me if I'll be working tomorrow. So I looked at the calendar. The calendar was February. Today is December 30th, 2022. Although I did not see the word February, I knew that the month was February. And I was looking at the middle of the month at a Tuesday. And I looked that up today. So that would have to be Valentine's Day. And the Wednesday, I knew that I would not be working and that the agency that I work for would be closed. And that's what I told her in the dream. I told her that we were closed. And I saw the rest of the days, they looked blocked off as though we would be closed for the rest of the week. I'm not really sure why that is, or if that's just showing me that these days haven't happened yet. But the rest of the days in the week looked just like on my calendar, just as though the Wednesday looked. And the week after, the week that was coming up, looked the same. So I'm not really sure what that means. I know my mom is planning to take that week off from work. So I don't know if that's relating to her or not, but I just know that, I interpreted that I wouldn't be working during that time period, if that makes sense. I believe, looking at that February represents the midnight hour. I've had other rapture dreams where the Messiah came back at midnight. And when you look at the Hebrew calendar, the month of February is considered the 12th month. And I'll put something in the video for you to be able to visualize and see what I mean by that. But the middle of February, when I was looking at the calendar, all the way to the middle of March would be the 12th month on the Hebrew calendar. And our calendar is the Most High's clock. So 12 months, 12 hours. And you'll be able to see that when I put a visual on the screen. So after that, the dream shifted. And I was in this neighborhood with these very large houses that looked like mansions. I was at the corner of a lot of a mansion, and I saw these women exit the mansion. They were all dressed in white bridal gowns. They had veils on their heads, and their veils were connected. So they were in a line, as if school children are in a line as they're like leaving out of a classroom or going into the school after recess. They were in a line, and their veils were connected or attached to each other. So the woman in front, her veil was connected to the woman behind her, and the woman behind her's veil was connected to the woman behind her, and so forth and so forth. I didn't count how many women there were, but if I had to take a guess, I would say there was anywhere between, I would say there was probably 10 or more women there. I'm not really sure what that means. I know it's symbolic. Most of my dreams are symbolic. I rarely have dreams that are just very straightforward and to the point. I always have to interpret them. So the women, they came out the house in their gowns, their veils were attached or connected to each other, and they were playing in the grass, kind of like as if like somebody were to do like snow angels. They were laying down in the grass, kind of like sliding down, rolling down a hill, and it was very childlike, very playful, and they were having a lot of fun. They were laughing. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean. When I was watching them from a distance, I was kind of confused, but I feel like that means something. At that point, the dream shifted again, and I was watching the women standing, waiting for a car to pull up. This limo came up. They all started to kind of like push each other really in excitement to get inside the limo. But the limo on the inside wasn't configured like a traditional limo where you would see like the back seat, then you would have like a side seat in the limo. It was multiple rows of seating. But I knew the women, they were so excited to get in the car, and I knew that there was significance of sitting in the very back of the limo. And these women, they all wanted to sit in the back of the limo, even though like their veils were connected and it would be impossible for that to happen. So they started to enter, the very first of the line got in the back, and then so forth and so forth. I ended up getting in the limo too, but I was towards the front of the limo. I didn't see what I was wearing. I was not connected to these women, in the sense that I don't think I had on a veil or a dress, but I've had dreams that I get to a ceremony in heaven where people have dresses and suits on, and a dress is given to me at the very last moment. Like, I had multiple dreams like that, like it's a last minute rush thing. And that's the impression I got from this dream too. So the ladies entered into the vehicle, and then I got into the vehicle. I was like one of the last people in. And then the scene shifted again. And at this time, I was in a city setting. It reminded me of Chicago. I used to live there, but I'm not sure. It could have been any city. I was running, or what seemed like a marathon, or some type of obstacle course, and it was throughout the city. And it was very, I don't know, it was very strange. I knew at one point I saw this McDonald's that like had collapsed, and I had stopped and stared at it for like a couple minutes. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. At some point, the obstacle course became like a kid's play set or a jungle gym, and I had to go down a slide. Not really sure what all that means. Maybe it means like a race. You just got to stay the course until you finish. But in the midst of me running, I heard this horn sound, or this trumpet sound. And I've watched other people talk about this same sound in their Rapture Dreams. What I can say it sounded like, if you see alien dreams, or not alien dreams, sorry, alien movies, alien invasion movies, where the aliens will arrive and then there's this loud noise that comes from the spaceship, right before like something happens. That's what it sounded like to me. I'm not saying that the rapture, we're going on spaceships or anything like that, but, or people are going on spaceships. I mean, I hope I'm there. But that's what it reminded me of. It was very eerie, kind of like an ominous sound. And when I heard that sound, I looked around and there was just chaos breaking out. People started attacking each other, fighting each other. It was just complete chaos. I wasn't so much focused on the people attacking each other. I was more so focused on trying to figure out what was going on. I looked up and I saw this plane falling out of the sky. And this plane crashed into the side of a building. And it was just lodged in the side of the building. It didn't go completely through. It was just stuck. And it was like the front of it was pointing downward. And all of a sudden, the scene shifted again. And I'm inside of the plane. And I have a Bible. And I'm running from the front of the plane, not exactly where the pilot's at, but more so where the passengers are sitting. I don't know if it's first class or not, but I knew I was like in the where these people are sitting in. I was just heading towards the back, trying to get out of the plane. I felt like there was a way to exit the plane, like maybe it was cracked and you can exit the plane into a building to get safe, so like the plane wouldn't fully fall out of the building or anything like that. So I was trying to make my way to the back of the plane, and I was climbing over the tops of the seats, and people were still sitting in their seats. But the whole time I was doing that, I had a Bible in my hand and I was reading a verse. I believe it's in Matthew. It says, "As in the days of Noah, so shall be the coming of the Son of Man." And I kept reading that verse over and over and over again. And when people realized I had a Bible, they all started trying to attack me to get the Bible. And I got the impression that they felt if they had the Bible, it was going to save them in that moment. It was almost as if they believed the Bible was a genie or a magic lamp that could grant them a wish. I'm not really sure, but I got the impression that these people wanted that Bible to save them. And then I woke up. But I felt an urgency to share this dream today. I never had the urgency to share dreams before. I always felt that they were personal. And then I started to question, like, well, am I supposed to share these dreams? And I felt like the Most High revealed to me today, or even yesterday in a different dream I had, that yes, I am supposed to share these dreams. So I am doing this out of obedience. I'm very much not a social media type person. So I hope this dream does help somebody. I do believe that something will happen in February. I don't know if it'll be this year or next year. I just really believe that something will happen in February. I believe that that is the symbolic midnight hour. All right, well, that's all. Thank you.